Yes, what's up YouTube? It's your boy Bong Johnson. We've got something interesting going on today. We'll talk about the NHL trade deadline 2020. If you don't care about the NHL or sports or anything for that matter, you can get the fuck out of here. I don't care. Also, if you do want to watch, that's more than fine. Totally. I'm gonna go over the wins and losers, some players that I think are gonna be in a better position, players I think are gonna be in a worse position. Teams that improved the most, teams that got the worst. And, since this is a curved sesh corner, we're gonna smoke a fucking massive doink here. No one puff challenge on this one. Dumb. Oh, shit. Sorry, fellas. Ladies. Lads. Lards. If anyone wants to give me their Netflix account, that'd be appreciated. Anyway. Did some notes here. Probably the most effort I've ever fucking put into one of these videos, I can be honest with you guys. And, let's just get right into it. You may or may not be able to tell that my number one winner, well, not necessarily number one, but just the first one I'm going to go over. My first winner of the day, the Edmonton Oilers. They, shit, I didn't write that down. I didn't think I would need to, but apparently I did. The Edmonton Oilers acquired Mike Green for Kyle Brodziak, conditional third / fourth, whatever. And to me, that's a great trade. They also acquired Andreas Athanasiou. I don't know. I also think that's a great pickup. Tyler Ennis for a fifth. Yeah, I think the Oilers did great. I'm real happy to see it, man. I don't remember the last time the Oilers were buyers at the deadline. So, real happy to see that. And now I'm going to go into my first loser of the day. And you may have guessed, first loser of the day is the New York Rangers. And they only made one trade. They traded Brady Shai for a first-round pick. And to me, that just doesn't make sense. I'm a big fan of Brady Shai. I think he's great. I think he pitches in every shape of the game, you know what I'm saying? In every asset of the game, I think he makes a difference. And it just really doesn't make sense to me. I also should have Googled this. I planned on it, but I didn't. As a Rangers fan, I should also really know this, but I'm pretty sure that we have, multiple first-round picks this year, And just, honestly, at this point in the rebuild, we're doing pretty good. I've really been liking all the moves Jeff Gorton's been making, the GM, but, so that Brady Shai move, kind of confusing to me, and I've heard it's because of the Tony DeAngelo extension that we're going to have to sign this summer. And from that perspective, it makes a lot more sense, because I don't know, it's tough, but I think I'd rather have Tony DeAngelo over Brady Shai. And from that perspective, a first-round pick, if you need to clear up cap space and you don't want the guy, a first-round pick isn't bad, but it's just, I don't like it, man. I'm a big Brady Shai guy, so. Anyway, now we're going to go back onto the winner's side, and I have the Boston Bruins. They traded Nick Ritchie. They traded Danton Heinen, and they picked up Nick Ritchie, and I think that's a real good pickup. I like Danton Heinen, but Nick Ritchie's better. That just gets him over the hump. They also made a different trade with the Ducks, too. They made 2 trades with the Ducks, and they picked up Andre Cachet, and they traded a first-round pick, David Backes, who is nothing. David Backes is just a fucking cap hit, and the Ducks need that, so. And Axel Anderson, and I think the Bruins win. I think they improved a lot. I don't know if they're fucking cup contenders still, but they improved a lot. And people might think that first round pick is steep, but you gotta understand, trading David Backes, that's $6 million just gone. So that's a pretty good move for Boston, I think, honestly. Getting rid of that David Backes contract. And now we're gonna go into my next loser. And I had a friend of mine who's I got a lot of insight from him on this. They probably wouldn't be my number one loser if I didn't have your insight. So thanks a lot, Rodney. I don't know if you even watch these videos, Rodney. It's also not your real name, but you know who you are. And, yeah, the Blackhawks are another loser. That Robin Leonard trade makes no sense. Malcolm Subban is not going to be nearly as effective as Robin Leonard is for you guys. You also got a second-round pick and some guy, fucking Slava Denim. I don't know, man. Put your Levi's on and fucking get to work, but I don't know how good you're going to be, Slava. They also traded Eric Gustafson to the Flames for a third-round pick, and the Flames win that trade for sure. Because, I'm pretty big on Eric Gustafson. You know, former Oilers draft pick, and yeah, I think Eric Gustafson's pretty good. So, speaking of the Flames, into my next win, we have the Calgary Flames, and that hurts me to say, but they made good moves today. They picked up Derek Forbert for, I believe it was a 4th-round pick, and Eric Gustafson for a 3rd-round pick. So they shored up their blue line, and they really didn't pay much. So Calgary Flames win today. And next loser, we have the Buffalo Sabres. Picked up Wayne Simmons for, I believe it was a 4th or a 5th-round pick. And they shipped out Connor Sheary and Evan Rodriguez in exchange for Dominic Cahoon. And I gotta be honest, I don't know much about Dominic Cahoon. I have nothing to say about him, but Sheary and Rodriguez are both pretty quality players, and I think that'll help Pittsburgh out. So, yeah, I think Buffalo just went backwards. I don't think Buffalo... That just doesn't make sense, you know, they picked up Wayne Simmons, which is a move that a winning team would make, but then they shipped out 2 guys, so I don't really get what Buffalo's doing here. My next win, and these guys are a big winner, we got the Carolina Hurricanes. You know, I already talked about the Rangers trading Brady Shai for a 1st, and I think that's a great pickup for the Hurricanes. You know, they got a lot of injured defensemen right now. And I heard they didn't want to get a rental, even though they already picked up Sami Vatanen as a rental, which, that's a fucking good pickup too. I guess I didn't write down what they traded for Vatanen, but pretty good pickup. And they traded Shai for a 1st. They have 2 1st-rounders, and the Rangers will receive the lower of the Carolina Hurricanes 2 1st-rounders, so not bad, honestly, you know. They still do have a 1st-rounder, and they get a very good defenseman. That decor is in Carolina is looking nice. Carolina might do something in the playoffs this year, I think. They also made another big trade, and they traded Eric Haula, Eetu Luosterainen, I know I pronounced that wrong, a couple other guys, maybe a pick or something. Yeah, there's a lot more professional channels doing this, guys. If you came here to watch it, well, you got what you expect. And they traded Eric Haula and a couple other guys for Vincent Trocheck, and to me, that's a huge upgrade. Vince Trocheck is a pretty damn good player. I've watched the Panthers play the Oilers and the Rangers a few times last few seasons, and Vincent Trocheck's a pretty damn good player. Eric Haula is too, but I think Trocheck's a definite upgrade, and I really don't think they had to pay much to get that, so I'm gonna give Carolina a big W for today, for sure. I might as well smoke this fucking joint because I've talked about like half the teams already. This is a huge joint, eh? This is like a raw something cone. Paid like $12 for it. It was like 5 cones months ago. Anyway, we're talking about hockey. I'm gonna try to not be off topic here. Ooh, that's harsh. I'm gonna get so high. My mom's friend came over, so I couldn't go out and take bong rips, you know, because like she would have seen the bong. So I rolled this huge joint and just been waiting. It's about midnight right now. I'm gonna go inside, watch Curb Your Enthusiasm or something. Just have a great old time. My next loser, we have the Montreal Canadiens. Now, they did make a good trade, trading Marco Scandella to the Blues for a 2nd and maybe a 4th. And that was pretty good because they acquired Scandella for a lot less than that from the Sabres. But the Kovalchuk trade, they traded Kovalchuk for a 3rd-round pick, and I think they could have got a lot more than that for him. Well, apparently not, but honestly, if I was an NHL GM, I would have gave up more than that for Ilya Kovalchuk, man. To me, I just think they went backwards. And when you're a team like Montreal, you're not necessarily like a bad team, but you're not necessarily a good team. You don't want to be going backwards. You want to be making hockey trades at this point, you know? You don't want to just be trading like your fucking some of your best scorers for 3rd-round picks. Guys like Nate Thompson for 5th-round picks. That kind of makes sense, but like, you know, you just want to be making hockey trades if you're a team like Montreal. You're kind of just in the middle. And I think they went backwards, to be honest with you. I don't think Montreal made good moves today. And this is a bold prediction, but I don't know how much time Mark Bergevin has left in that position. I really don't know how long they're going to fucking keep putting up with Mark Bergevin there. I think he's proven himself to not be all that competent. Anywho. Woo! I have another winner, the San Jose Sharks. I don't have too much to say about this. They've had a very disappointing season, and I'm sure no one of their fans is happy. But they picked up a first-round pick and Anthony Greco in exchange for Barclay Goodrow and a third-round pick. My mistake. Now I really don't know much about Barclay Goodrow, but to me that is just insane value. I think San Jose did very well in that trade. He's been having a very good season because San Jose's been beat up and he's been needing to play a lot for them. And he's been doing well, but I mean, I think that's great value, and I think that's a trade they pretty much had to make, considering they don't have their own first. So, very good move by San Jose there. And Tampa Bay took the bait on him, so I hope Goudreau works out for them, but I won't be surprised if he doesn't. Another loser here have the New Jersey Devils. And I think they got a lot worse, and they didn't get much back in return. Now, that being said, that was their goal, was to get worse. You know, they want to rebuild. But, there's another one where I didn't write down what the trade was, and I should have. What did New Jersey do? Maybe it's more of what they didn't do. I don't know, sorry guys. I was indulging on some Pink Whitney earlier, and I'm smoking this, and yeah, well, whatever. Acknowledge the rebuild I wrote down here. So, New Jersey's rebuilding, and I acknowledged it. And the Blake Coleman trade was a little bit before the deadline, but I think the Blake Coleman trade was real good. Get a first-round pick for him, and I don't think it's necessarily that bad for Tampa either. That's why Tampa, spoiler alert, Tampa's not one of my losers. Actually, wait, yes they are. Blake Coleman trade isn't that bad. They overpaid a little, so bonus pick right here. Tampa Bay's a loser. They overpaid a lot for Barclay Goodrow and maybe a little for Blake Coleman, but yeah. Now, for another winner is the Vegas Golden Knights. They didn't do too much. They acquired Robin Lehner and Alec Martinez. So, actually they did, yeah, that's pretty significant. That's a good defenseman and a very good goalie. Traded Malcolm Subban and, a bunch of second-round picks? Not bad. Vegas did pretty damn good. They upgraded their goalie and their defense substantially. Now with, Robin Lehner and Marc-Andre Fleury, that should be real good for them. So Vegas is a winner here. Tampa's a loser, already talked about that. Now we have Washington as a winner here. They picked up Ilya Kovalchuk for a third, which I touched on earlier. I think that's a great pickup for them. I think he'll be good on the power play. I think he can play on almost any line for them. And yeah, only a third-round pick. I think that's a great price for Kovalchuk. And they also picked up Brendan Dillon for, like a second and a third? Pretty good pickup for Brendan Dillon. Pretty good. They also traded Christian DeJuice, or Juice, I've heard both pronunciations, to the Anaheim Ducks for Daniel Sprong, and that is a fantastic trade, I have to say. I quite like how Daniel Sprong plays the game. And I think that Washington takes a huge W on that trade. And, wow, eh? Now we're going to get into the honorable mentions here, guys. So, okay. Okay, so for the honorable mentions, guys, I have the Vancouver Canucks. And this is due to no fault of their own, but I think the Tyler Toffoli trade was a great acquisition for them. And my phone's probably going to die before I finish this video, guys. So I'm going to pick this up here real quick, actually. The Tyler Toffoli accusation was great. I don't even remember what they traded for him, but the reason they're an honorable mention is because Jacob Markstrom is injured, and that's going to be big for them. They picked up Louis Domingue to help between the goaltending pipes, but we'll see how much he really helps. Another honorable mention, we got the Penguins, picked up Patrick Marleau. Price was kind of steep. Third round, conditional second. We'll see. But it would be pretty cool to see Patrick Marleau win the Cup. I believe that's the condition. If they win the Cup, it becomes a second, so if I get to see Patrick Marleau win the Cup, I'm not even a Sharks fan, so I'll take that. They also picked up Connor Sheary and Evan Rodriguez, like we talked about earlier. Eric, sorry, buddy. Sorry, I'm putting lack of respect on your name here. And they did okay, honestly. I mean, I still don't really see them as, elite contenders, but I think they did okay. Also have Ottawa as an honorable mention. They moved out J.G. Peugeot for a first round pick. First, second, and a third they got, which is pretty damn good. But I really like J.G. Peugeot. I think the Islanders did well on that one. And they picked him to an extension. I saw a lot of people saying Ottawa wins that trade heavily. Honestly, I don't know. I think J.G. Peugeot is a really good player, so we'll have to see on that one. We'll have to see who they get with that pick, because, that's a pick this year. It's top 3 protected, so it's probably going to be this year. And we'll just have to see what that pick amounts to. But I think it's a pretty good trade on both sides. So that's Islanders covered. They were next on the list too. And now we have the dishonorable mentions, which is any team that I didn't mention. I just thought they didn't do enough to be mentioned, so you can count them all as losers too, any team that didn't get mentioned. And so now let's just get into the biggest ones of the day. My biggest winner of the day, I really couldn't decide, is either Edmonton or Carolina. I think Edmonton improved, I'd have to say Edmonton improved the most, I guess just what they added was very good. Edmonton did very good in their acquisitions and gave up very little. Andreas Athanasiou should be very good. Mike Green, what's his